The index fund millionaire Michael Johnson was a 25-year-old office worker living in Ohio. He earned $45,000 a year, lived in a small apartment, drove an old car, and struggled to save money. Like millions of Americans, he dreamed of becoming wealthy one day. He wanted financial freedom, a comfortable home, and the ability to retire without worrying about money. But every month his paycheck seemed to disappear. Rent, groceries, gas, insurance, and student loans consumed nearly everything he earned. One evening after paying all his bills, Michael checked his bank account and saw only $217 remaining. He felt discouraged. He wondered if rich people were simply lucky or born with advantages that ordinary people didn't have. One weekend, Michael visited his grandfather. His grandfather wasn't flashy. He didn't own luxury cars or wear expensive watches, yet everyone in the family knew he was wealthy. Curious, Michael finally asked, "Grandpa, how did you become rich?" Michael expected to hear about a successful business or a lucky investment. Instead, his grandfather smiled and said, "I became rich very slowly." Then he showed Michael a stack of investment statements going back decades. Michael was shocked. His grandfather had built his wealth through something called index funds. No secret strategy, no complicated stock picking, just steady investing for many years. Michael asked what an index fund was. His grandfather explained that an index fund is an investment that owns hundreds of companies at once. Instead of trying to guess which company will become successful, an index fund buys small pieces of many businesses. Companies like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, and hundreds of others. When the American economy grows, these businesses grow. When these businesses grow, the index fund grows. Michael was fascinated. It sounded much simpler than everything he had heard on financial television. That night, Michael spent hours researching. He learned about the S&P 500 index, which tracks 500 of America's largest companies. He discovered that many professional investors struggle to beat the market over long periods of time. Yet a simple index fund often performs better than many actively managed investments. He also learned about compound growth. Historically, the stock market had returned around 10% annually over long periods. Some years were terrible, some years were fantastic, but over decades the overall trend was upward. Inspired, Michael decided to start investing. The problem was he didn't have much money. He could only afford to invest $200. Part of him felt embarrassed. What difference could $200 possibly make? But he remembered his grandfather's advice. The amount isn't important. The habit is. So Michael opened an investment account and bought his first S&P 500 index fund. Then he set up an automatic investment plan. Every month, regardless of what happened, $300 would automatically go into the fund. At first, investing felt boring. Michael checked his account every week hoping to see huge gains. Instead, the balance barely moved. After several months, he wondered if investing was worth it at all. Then the stock market suddenly dropped. News channels were filled with fear. Experts predicted disaster. Friends and coworkers talked about selling their investments before things got worse. Michael checked his account and saw that his investments had lost value. Panic began to set in. Before making any decisions, he called his grandfather. "Grandpa, I'm losing money," he said. His grandfather laughed gently and replied, "No, you're buying future wealth at a discount." Michael was confused. His grandfather explained that when the market falls, shares become cheaper. Long-term investors often benefit from continuing to buy during difficult times because they purchase more shares for the same amount of money. Michael trusted the advice. Instead of selling, he continued investing every month. Years passed. Michael stayed committed. Every month, $300 went into his index fund. Sometimes he increased the amount when he received raises. During good years, the market grew rapidly. During bad years, it declined. But Michael ignored the noise and stayed focused on the long term. Eventually, his account reached $10,000, then $25,000, then $50,000. The progress felt slow, but he noticed something interesting. The growth seemed to accelerate over time. This was the power of compounding. The money he earned from his investments remained invested. Those gains generated additional gains. Over time, the growth became larger and larger. His investments began earning more money than he was contributing. Michael realized that his money was working for him, even while he slept. For the first time, he understood why wealthy people valued long-term investing so much. When Michael turned 35, He checked his investment account and saw that it had grown beyond $150,000. 10 years earlier, he could barely save a few $100s. Now he had built a six-figure investment portfolio. More importantly, he had developed confidence. He no longer worried about every market fluctuation. He understood that temporary declines were normal and that patience was often rewarded. As the years continued, new investment trends appeared everywhere. Friends talked about hot stocks, cryptocurrency, and get-rich-quick opportunities. Some people claimed they had doubled or tripled their money in weeks. Michael occasionally felt tempted. The excitement was difficult to ignore, but he remembered his goal. He wasn't trying to get rich overnight. He was trying to achieve financial freedom. Instead of chasing trends, he continued buying his index fund every month. At age 45, Michael's account crossed $500,000, $500,000. He remembered the day he had only $217 in his bank account. The transformation seemed unbelievable, yet it hadn't happened because of luck. It hadn't happened because he was a financial genius. It happened because he followed a simple plan consistently for 2 decades. He stayed invested during market crashes. He continued buying when others were afraid. Most importantly, he gave compound growth enough time to work. 10 more years passed. Michael continued investing and allowing his money to grow. One morning at age 55, he logged into his investment account as usual. The number on the screen made him stop. Then he looked again to make sure he wasn't imagining it. His balance had crossed $1 million. Michael had become a millionaire. He sat quietly for several minutes, reflecting on the journey. The $1 million wasn't the most important part. What mattered was what the number represented: decades of patience, thousands of small decisions, consistency during difficult times, faith in a simple strategy. He realized that wealth wasn't built through dramatic moments. It was built through ordinary actions repeated over many years. Looking back, Michael understood something that many people never learn. Most investors focus on finding the perfect stock, predicting market movements, or discovering secret strategies. But the real secret was much simpler. Start early, invest consistently, stay patient. Let compound growth do the heavy lifting. His grandfather had been right all along. The amount you start with isn't the most important thing. The habit is. Because when time, consistency, and compounding work together, even ordinary people can achieve extraordinary financial results.